Hello everyone, my name is Tang and I'm the founder of Point Idea. In this video, I have really special guest bringing it on the table. Very thanks to Andy, right? And he's the co-founder of Eloncity. And in this interview, well, we maybe first of all, I just an honor to be here on the this interview. And could you introduce yourself and how you start the Eloncity?
Thank you for having me. And then we started roughly about 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
Yes, and then we started by building the energy storage system because my background is actually from networking.
Yeah.
And then the moment that I see the intelligence at the age of the networks is far more effective than what we have been doing since on our backbone. I say, well, that's the future. For the past, I have optimized the information network. I've optimized the content delivery network, and I somewhat help in Alibaba on their logistics network a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just looked into the power network and I suddenly realized, hey, power networking is a network. Then the same concept we use on the CDN to optimize the access network and efficiency, and the efficiency of the access networking can be used for the power network as well. So that's the reason why just after the Alibaba, after the Juniper network, and then I started this company in 2014. We were trying to have the consumers is purchasing energy storage devices, and then even number of them is within the regions can help reduce the demand during the peak hour. That will stabilize the network, right? But then unfortunately, that market research or the market investigation wasn't conducted on wrong consumption. Yeah. The utilities had never had that in mind, and they want people to invest in the energy storage because it's within the distributed generation and in the energy storage. The chance is people might become self-sufficient.
Yes.
Which means there's nothing left for the utility, right?
Yeah.
You don't need the utility anymore. It becomes self-sufficient, right?
Yes.
So utility never actually has no intention to have people invest on the energy storage. Just on one example. During the peak hours, you can raise the prices as high as you wanted to, right? Even on the wholesale markets, and then sometimes they jump up into about $10 per kilowatt hour or $10,000 per megawatt hour. Okay, so there's nothing wrong for them to sell you the electricity under high demand at a higher price, right? But then for the times that we have excessive energy production, that just says during the sunlight hour, where it's in the PV penetrations in California is roughly about 12, 13, 14%. We never know the real number anyway.
Yes.
Okay, because the utility doesn't want to tell you.
Yeah.
Right. And that percentage is during the production hour of the PV panel. We have excessive lights, and you probably heard the so-called dark curve. So basically, during the sunlight hours, the production of the PV actually push the base loads and then force the base loads into going out of business. But in the late afternoons, rough about 4:30. So when we have people coming home, and then creating a demand, our base loads is reduced, but then our demand is stay the same. So you create a much larger shortfall in terms of the production capability, right? So these are the problem is called dark curve. And shockingly, the utility is a very, very traditional models, and they believe in everything and it has to be done by the network. Most of them, their executives, most of them, their executives probably come out from the network anyway, right?
Yeah.
And so you can blame them for such a thinking. I mean, it took Microsoft's CEO to change the models and the office it can be online, right? I mean, it used to be Microsoft and sells and shrink wrap in software, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but so naturally, utilities is all about the rate increase, the network, right? And then because it's invest now, so rate increase and then the fixed cut and from the rate increase belong to investor. And then so for investment owned utility, everything they're thinking is actually to increase in the rate. That does sound so weird. And then I mean theoretically they should have the utility function, right? And the utility is for everybody's own, for everybody's is good, but not for IOU. IOUs has everything on their own interest, right? Only they get in the rate increases and then they'll get more rewarding, more payback for their investment. So that's the reason why they never want you to invest on the energy storages, and starting by shrinking the gap. Okay, California on the wholesale price is supposed to be $21-$23 per megawatt hour, which means 2.3 cents per kilowatt hour, right?
Yeah.
But we actually pay 13-14 cents per kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
Where does that big gap come from, right? And so that explains the during the peak hour, because it's in higher demand, it's lower supply. Well, you can sell as much as you wanted to. But then when nobody is using the energy, why are you still selling the elevated price, right? You should sell me the low margin price in order to move the energy. No, they don't. Okay. The only reason it took me a while to figure this out is energy storage creates a lot of threat for the utility.
Wow.
But unfortunately, I think the utility missed the concept. First of all, the company like Eloncity never has the intention to overthrow the utility. Today, electricity is only 13-14% of our primary energy. We're so far away. 22,000 terawatt hour out of 155,000 all electricity. Right, so we're only about 40%. I mean, it's not a time that we have to kill one another. We actually need everybody in the electrical world to work together. So then we can somehow to make electricity a lot more affordable, and then people can use more electricity for transportation, for heating, for everything, for a lot of more application, right? Instead of using the fossil energy. I don't think the utility catch that idea for some reason. Well, I'm sorry it takes so long to explain this part. So basically, we started about 4 years ago, but then we're going nowhere until.
When is the time you figure out that if you apply blockchain into the already system, then
roughly is about September 2017. We finally land ourselves in the so-called off-grid community, right?
Okay.
And then we start seeing people, and the business is going so fast.
Yes.
And then people start using our systems to build the 24/7 power system.
Yeah.
And then until one day, this gentleman, he had a party, right? And then he ran out of his energy. So the battery goes low, right?
Okay.
So he fires the generator, and then he was looking at his neighbor. His neighbor wasn't home.
Yeah.
So then you turn around and tell me, so Andy, why don't we connect a wire between me and my neighbor?
Yeah.
Right? And then I say, well, theoretically it's possible, but then how are we going to record this? right?
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to say so? Well, I mean, I'm in the July the 12th, and John borrows it's 10 kilowatt hours from Sophie, right?
Yeah.
And then how do we record this? I mean, do we have to write in another application, centralized database application?
Yes.
And then back into about 2014, I actually heard about the blockchain. Somebody given the book is going to tell me, wait, by the way, this is going to be the next hottest technology, right? Go read it. And so I spent the nights and read the book, and then I said, oh, distributed ledger. So then I set the book aside. But I didn't have that in mind until September 2017. That really knocked me down. Well, if I'm going to record this, I don't want to have another authority. Because this is supposed to be people's energy, right? We shouldn't have no authority sitting in between. So then what can we do? Oh, blockchain. Okay, and then that's what gets me to study harder into the blockchain.
Wow.
And thanks to the Cyber Mile. Lucas and I is both work for Alibaba and
so is the co-worker?
Yes. We both we're working as senior directors in Alibaba.
In Alibaba.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Lucas also called me one day to say, Andy, do you know what a blockchain is? so it explained to me, and Lucas was paying a lot of attention to the businesses I was working. He said, well, man, you are 100% distributed. And then if you don't do blockchain, this is such a waste. Okay. By the way, to do the renewable energy is pretty heavy. Because 60 close to 70% of our cost come from the battery.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so most of the venture capitals wouldn't invest in renewable energy. Right. Part of the reason was because in 2008, when there was booms on renewable, back in then, a company like Solentra, they basically take advantage of the people and then sell them to really high price, but it is still very low efficient. So most of those companies in 2008, they're bringing up in the renewable energy, they die. And they went out of business. And then people lost faith on the renewable. That's the reason why you don't see anybody investing on the renewable energy these days, right? Until some blockchains pops, right? And then suddenly it says, well, hey, we're decentralized application. We're building for the people. I think we shouldn't have anybody sitting in between and collecting the fee, the transaction fee in between, right? So that's the reason why we got ourselves into the project.
And from that time, how many members do you have in your team right now?
Well, we have about 20 strong in engineering. 20 strong, right? We usually have about close to about 35 people.
Oh.
Right, and then however, this is business was going slow, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of let go some of the manufacturing. Manufacturing contact. So basically, the person, the project manager that working was in the manufacturer.
Wow.
We let go to those people.
Wow.
And then focuses on the development, the research, right? Design the new boards and design the new power conversion electronics and stuff. But then. When this thing comes in, then we suddenly realize we need a lot more people than this.
Yeah.
And then roughly about March in 2000.
You just joined Eloncity from March?
Mike Newman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he joined us then in 2008. roughly about March in time. Mike and
So you start Eloncity first?
we started in Eloncity, yes.
And
Mike joined the company,
Okay.
right? And then but I knew Mike is actually way before us in Eloncity because when Mike was helping people
Yeah.
with specific
And
with
he is
disability.
involved 4 years in the
Yep.
energy industry
Yep.
before.
And then we have the technology,
Okay.
but we're missing the community part.
Yeah.
We're missing how to work with the government.
Yep.
And then we don't know how we can get in the distributed energy resources as a financial asset.
So you know the whole picture. You know how many parts do you need to have, and you know what is your strength and what do you need more, and you need to fight that.
Well, honestly, I don't.
You know.
Yeah, I don't. I have to be honest, and
Yes.
it's Mike. It's Mike. Mike and told me.
Because when I interview Mike and when I talk to Mike,
Well,
Mike knows everything and Mike knows very well this
You bet,
industry.
right? So that's in the strengths of the Mike.
Yeah.
Mike worked with us because he was trying to use energy storage.
Okay.
To solve the problem of the disadvantaged group, right? And for their rising energy cost.
Yes.
But Mike knows it's an energy storage inside out. Okay.
Wow.
But Mike doesn't know much about the blockchain. Until then, one day I shared with Mike and something called blockchain.
Okay. So
Okay.
I think that right now we separate it into two parts, like
Yes.
energy and blockchain. So
Yep.
Eloncity start with apply the blockchain into the energy industry, but after that you need some expert in that industry, and Mike comes in.
Yes. Yes.
That's
So
right.
Mike brought an experiences in how to deal with it in community,
Yeah, absolutely.
how to deal with this in the regulatory barrier,
Everything you need.
and then the finance industry, right? This is such a heavy asset. We need
Yes,
low
absolutely.
interest loan, right?
Yes.
But we don't want it in the subsidies from the government
Yes.
because that can never sustain.
Yes, that's absolutely. And I think because this is just a short interview, so thanks for being here today for sharing with the audience and all the members in my YouTube channel about Eloncity. And I think I really hope that in future, if you have more time, then we can sit down and talk further and to help people understand about Eloncity.
We appreciate that, and hopefully it's in next in times, and when we have, we can sit down and talk a little longer.
Yeah.
We can bring a lot more good news.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we make a lot of inroads into.
Do you have any plan to come back Vietnam or?
Yes, we definitely will come back in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's keep in touch, and I really looking forward to way the good news from Eloncity.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's our honor.
Yeah.
It's also our responsibility.
Yes.
To be, even after an ICO, ICO is only the step one.
Yes.
We've been doing this for 4 years, and then we know we can go much further.
Further.
Yes, and then
This is just the beginning. Yeah.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
And then.
What is the next step?
So next step is about 18-24 months, and we're gonna do the experimental. So then we can identify all the operation issue.
Yeah.
And then correcting those issues, right?
Okay.
And then we're gonna put out the so-called the cookbook.
Okay.
So basically, it tells you everything about how to build it, how to operate it, and then how to fix the problem.
Okay.
Okay, and then hopefully we can come back and then telling you to the progresses we made and to create these masterpieces.
Yeah.
The Eloncity Foundation is not a middleman. Eloncity Foundation designs all this technology,
Design
and
for
then
everyone.
will be published into everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's loyalty can license the technology without loyalty.
Cool.
And then to build self-sufficient microgrids at a much lower cost.
Cool.
That's the whole idea about the Eloncity model.
I think. and can't wait to see the good news from you and Mike in the future.
Thank
and
you
thanks
so
for
much.
being here for the interview.
Thank you
today.
for having us.
So, hey guys, if you have any question about the Eloncity, I think that would be perfect. You can comment below, or you can send all the question to my email. I will put my email in the description below, so you can also send the email a question about Eloncity, and hopefully I can have you forward that question to Andy or Mike, and then they will help you to answer them. And thanks for watching the videos, and hope you guys enjoy this interview, and see you in the next videos. Thanks.